Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a new topic known as instant messaging. Students, we work with most of the premier instant messaging software in our daily life. When I sent the link for this video, the link that I sent was sent through the WhatsApp group. Student, WhatsApp is also an instant messaging software. Do you remember the Facebook Messenger? It is also an instant messaging software. The Yahoo Messenger, which is given by Yahoo, is another premier instant messaging software. So students, what is the utility of an instant messaging software? What do we do with an instant messaging software? What are the different kinds of instant messaging software? All these things would be the topics that we would deal in today's video. So let us start. See, this is the presentation for instant messaging softwares, or I should say the topic instant messaging. So what is instant messaging first of all? Instant messaging is a form of real-time communication over the internet. Now students, what do we mean by real-time? Real-time means at a given time. Means it is not deferred. It is not deferred means that I said something now and you heard it afterwards. It is known as deferred. But instant messaging softwares allow you talk real time. So if we take our example, today the video which I am making, you will hear it afterwards. So that is deferred. But when we go for an online class, say through Google Meet, Zoom or Cisco WebEx, we actually take that class real time. I say something and you hear that given words then and there. But in deferred version, which today I am doing, I would be uploading this video in the YouTube and afterwards you would be seeing the video. So that is deferred. So which category is instant messaging of? Instant messaging is a real-time communication. That means it is not deferred. It is a real-time communication over the internet that offers an instantaneous transmission of text-based messages. So text-based messages is the most important facility which it gives, and with that it also gives some other facilities. So we'll see one by one what are the other facilities that is given. So text-based messages means text chatting. So instant messaging is a software which helps us to communicate over the internet through text chatting and other given ways. Let us see what are the other ways. The other ways are, it is written here, it includes options for performing audio chat. Means text chat is a given facility it gives, but with addition to text chats, you can also go for audio chat. You can make a call and talk. You remember your WhatsApp? You can make a WhatsApp call and if required you can also make a video call on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is an instant messaging application. It helps you to go for text chatting, audio chatting, video chatting, and don't you send photographs or say Word file, Excel file or a sound. So you can also transfer files, and if required you can also arrange a conference. It is not one-to-one. There can be many participants who are talking real time and sharing things real time. So you can go for conferencing. And some of the instant messaging softwares also give you the facility of sharing desktops. Now what is sharing desktops? Means if I am connected to you, you can work on my desktop, sitting at your home, sitting anywhere other than nearer to my computer. You are not using my computer directly from its keyboard, but whatever you are doing with your gadget, your machine, your desktop, the same is going to actually happen in my desktop. That is known as sharing desktop. There are many softwares which actually are dedicated for it. You have softwares like AnyDesk, another software for sharing desktop, but some instant messaging software also gives you the facility of sharing the desktop. So apart from the facility of text chatting, in instant messaging software you get the facility of transferring files, sharing desktop, making an audio call, making a video call, and even going for conferencing. You can go for conferencing. So students, I think you have understood what actually instant messaging is. One example I have given, that is WhatsApp. I also gave another example, the Yahoo Messenger. I also said about Facebook Messenger. So these are the examples. Google Talk is also a very important example. In Google Talk also what you can do, you can text chat, you can send your details, you can also go for, in Google you can go for conferencing. So many things are there. So Google Talk is also an important given example of instant messaging. So let us proceed further. So sometimes what you will see is some instant messaging software helps you to understand that yes, you have got a message, you have received a message, you have received a chat, even if you are offline, that is you are not connected to internet. These sort of messages are known as offline messages. So please remember students, instant messaging softwares may also give you the facility of receiving offline messages. So it is written here, some instant messaging software allows users to view messages received when they are not logged on, that is they are not connected to internet. Then also you can receive the message. These are known as offline messages. So you may get a question in exam, what are offline messages? You should know the answer for it. Let us proceed further. See, as I said, we can have offline messages. So these were the basic facilities which are given by an instant messaging software. Now what are the requirements to avail these facilities? That is, what are the requirement, the hardware requirement that we should have while we are trying to use an instant messaging software. See, for instant messaging software we should have a gadget which contains microphone, headsets or speakers, and web cameras, that is webcams. Through microphone whatever you say would reach to the recipient. Through headset whatever the recipient says, you will receive that, you will hear that out. And through webcam your photographs, or I should say your video, can be seen, your face can be seen by the recipient, and recipient's webcam will enable you to see their faces. So these are the basic requirements. So a gadget which contains a microphone, a speaker or a headset or a webcam and has an internet connection on it with the instant messaging software installed in it can be used, or an instant messaging web page, if it is opened through that gadget, you can use instant messaging software. So I think you have understood the requirements. Now let us see the facilities given by instant messaging softwares once more. So what are the facilities that an instant messaging software gives? You can send text message to one or more than one person. Sometimes the number of recipient is also restricted. You can send to 5, you can send to 7. Sometimes it is made broad, that is, sometimes it is open-ended. You can send to as many you like. So different instant messaging software gives you these facilities to send text messages. Then I said you can have audio calls or video calls and conferencing facility. So this is a facility which is given. You can transfer files, you can transfer a Word file, a PDF file, Excel file, some audio segments. You can even send a photograph, that is images, you can send video files. So these normal things can be sent. But it has a given limit. The size is limited. Some gives a limit of 25 MB, some other give a different limit. So the file should have a limit in size while sending. Above that limit, the instant messaging software does not send the file. It refuses. Now you can also save. This is another facility. Message history. Whatever you save, whatever you actually send, that is in your history list also. It is there with you also and with the recipient also, that you sent a given thing till you delete it. So you have a message history which can be referred to in future if someone denies that you had sent that message. So you can show that I had sent that message and this is where I had sent. It had been sent to you. You can well imagine what I am talking of through WhatsApp. You send a message, the copy which you send is also shown on your given device, that it has been sent to a particular person. So message history can be kept. Now one requisite is that suppose you are using WhatsApp, you cannot send messages to a person who is using Yahoo Messenger or Facebook Messenger. What actually I mean is that if you have WhatsApp, you can connect to another given device of your friend in WhatsApp only. Now if you have Facebook Messenger, then you can connect that given friend through Facebook only. So whatever software you have, whatever instant messaging software you have, your recipient should have the same instant messaging software and you both should have signed in there through your respective credentials. So this is what actually is required. Now you see, there are two different types of instant messaging accounts that are used. Suppose I talk of Google Talk. You know, Google Talk can be used by the Gmail ID. That is, we can use Google Talk using the email ID only. Even Yahoo Messenger, Windows Live Messenger, they all can use what? They all can use the Yahoo ID for Yahoo Messenger. Windows Live Messenger can use the Gmail ID. So there are some instant messaging softwares which use email ID as an account name. So you can manage your account using your email ID. Examples are here: Yahoo Messenger, Windows Live Messenger. But some others like Skype, there you actually install Skype and you install it and you create a login credential. You give a account name, you give a password, and that standard name for managing your account is used. So Skype may not use Gmail IDs or email IDs. Skype will use a standard name. So how many types of instant messaging account can be there? An account which uses email IDs, another account can be there which uses only names, standard names, account names for logging into that given software. So two types we have seen, two formats we have seen which can be used. Let us see another categorization of instant messaging software, which is known as kinds of instant messaging software. You'll understand it. Let us see. See, there are two kinds of instant messaging software. One is known as application based instant messaging software. Now what is application based instant messaging software? Students, suppose you use WhatsApp. What do? When you use WhatsApp, you actually download WhatsApp, install it first, and then you use it. What did you download? You downloaded the app. Which app? WhatsApp app. So that app in full is known as application. So which sort of instant messaging software you are using now? You are using application based instant messaging software. There are some instant messaging facilities where you need not download the instant messaging software. You can connect yourself to internet, that is, you can go online and then you can write the URL of that instant messaging facility and instantaneously you can start sending messages, and you need not install it earlier. Download and install it earlier is not required. So that is known as web-based instant messaging software. So two kinds of instant messaging software. One is application-based and the second one is web-based. What is web-based? In web-based, you have to go online, type the URL of that instant messaging software, and online you will have to send your messages, create your messages. You can do those things online. But in application based, you have an application, that is an app which you install first in your device, and whenever required you create the message, and while sending that message to a recipient you need to go online. At that given juncture and moment you send the message, and again you can go offline. You can disconnect internet. So in web based you need to be online for even first creating the message and then for sending the message. But in application based you can create the message offline, and while you are trying to send it you need to go online and send it. So your data pack is also saved in application based, but you actually sacrifice memory as you are downloading and installing the app in your own device. So you'll have to make the best buy, you'll have to see the cost effectiveness, you'll have to compare the memory part with the data pack part. So that is you to decide. So two given facilities are there, application based and web based. So as it says, application based instant messaging software is downloaded and installed on user's computer. Some of the popular apps are Google Talk, Yahoo Messenger, Skype, Windows Live Messenger, Rediff. Students, I will tell you here that some of the companies provide both the given versions, I should say both the varieties. Say Google Talk can be downloaded and installed, and even there is a web version of Google Talk where you can go and do the things online. So you may have common examples for both application based as well as web based. So you should understand who are actually providing both the facilities, both the variation, and which given apps, or I should say which given companies are giving only one of the either facilities. So we will go for web based. Web based instant messaging software is accessed using web browser. As I said, you will have to open the web browser and write the URL for that given instant messaging facility. Some of the examples are Meebo, Yahoo Messenger for the web. See, earlier we saw Yahoo Messenger, but it was not for the web, it was an app. But Yahoo Messenger for the web is also given by the Yahoo company for instant messaging, where you can go online and do the work of instant messaging using the same given ID. Then MSN Web Messenger is there, IMO is there, and you see Google Talk also have that variety. That is, Google Talk also supplies both the variety. But Meebo is always a web based variety. So students, I think you have understood both the varieties and you have understood the working model of both the varieties. You have understood where the advantage and disadvantage regarding memory and data pack lies. So these are the instant messaging softwares kinds, application based and web based. Now let us proceed further. We'll see one such example, the Google Talk. I have given a snapshot of it, a photo of it, how Google Talk looks. I have used it because this given Google Talk photograph has been used by CBSE in its ebook. So the same photograph I have kept because questions may be asked from Google Talk even as it is in the CBSE book. So now see, here you will see a green dot, and besides green dot there is besides that green dot there are names of the available persons who can be connected. Green dot means they are online. You can double click at that green dot, a place would come from where you can start chatting with that given person. So Google Talk, as I said, is an instant messaging service that provides both text and voice communication. So you can go for voice communication, you should have a headphone. You can start talking using the headphone. So you can go for voice communication. And you can have a text communication also, that is you can go for text chatting. You can Google Talk can be used for making video calls, and you can see the updates in the Gmail box, that yes, you made a Google Talk video calls, all these things can be being updated in the Gmail box. See both the variations, I said both the versions are available, application based as well as web based. So Google Talk, this you should know things about Google Talk because it is in your syllabus, it is in the book given by CBSE, and it is an example of instant messaging. And which account do we use to work with Google Talk? Our Gmail ID account, our Gmail account. And we should have what? A list of contacts with which we can chat. See, in that given figure, I have a list of contact. I can go for one of them and can start the chatting part with that man. How we do it, we all know. We'll have to double click the green dot. And if you don't have even the contacts, then also we can add our contact through our Gmail account. So what we do is, through our Gmail account, we send an invite link, and if they click that link, their details comes to us and we make the contact list using that details. So these are the facilities which are given by Google Talk. Now let us see Yahoo Messenger. Now what is the work of Yahoo Messenger? Yahoo Messenger is also an instant messaging service that provides both text and voice messaging and has been developed by which company? Yahoo. Now here which ID is required? As it is of Yahoo, we require Yahoo ID, Yahoo Mail ID, Yahoo Accounts ID. Now here also we need a list of contacts which are available with us, and if you don't have the contact, we can import that contact from the Gmail, Hotmail, whatever contact we have, we can send an invitation and we can connect to them. They can touch the link we have sent and their details comes to us and we can make a contact list using that details. We can also go for the Outlook facilities, Microsoft Outlook. From there also we can search for contact and import that contact into our Yahoo contact list. We can go to Gmail also, we can take the contact list from there. We can go to Hotmail, so you can take the contact list and create the contact list there, and then chat or send a video call or an audio call with that given person in your contact list. Here also both application based as well as web based Yahoo Messenger is available. Yahoo Messenger app is also available, and Yahoo web based facility is also there for messaging, instant messaging. So both the facilities are there. Now we should understand few general etiquettes and rules that we should follow while chatting in our instant messaging software. So what are that general etiquettes and rule? And I will tell you students, this is one of the premier questions that has been asked by CBSE for this syllabus. in board examination. So please take it to be very important. It should be known to all of us, because this is a question which is most probable in the board examination. So what we see here is, we find the first given point is our messages should be short and to the point. We should not write a lengthy message. We should not use a lot of words to write our message. We should make our message as brief as possible and as to the point as possible, that is, as specific as possible. Second important point is, we should always introduce ourselves by name, because what happens is, the name being shown there in your recipient's computer would be quite different than our real name, because it is going to show the account name which you have given while you were installing that given Yahoo Messenger or any other instant messaging software. So you should always introduce yourselves by your name. If your screen name doesn't reflect it, I should say, even if it reflects it, then also it is no harm to introduce yourselves by your name. Now the third important point is, we should not hasten up and go for a chat instantaneously, that is right away. We should first ask to the recipient that whether that recipient has time to chat with us, or he is busy or occupied with some other work. So it is a good gesture to ask if the other person has time to chat first. Fourth point, if it is a business environment, it is not personal, you are talking business there, we should always plan out first. We should know what we are exactly going to discuss, and then we should go there, because while on a instant messaging software we can miss few points, and in businesses that may mean loss to us. So we should always be ready first with a note of the things which we are going to talk if it is a business environment, and we should know exactly what we want to discuss. Fifth point, after we send a message, if we send a chat message, we should give the other person some time to respond back. Maybe there is a problem, technical problem, he has not received it, and we are resending whatever we have sent. So it will actually fill his given gadget with the message twice, thrice, and he will get disturbed or he will get confused. So what we should do is, after sending the message which we send, we should wait patiently and we should give time to respond. That is, the recipient should have some time to respond back to us. So that is very important. And these are the points which you are going to write even in the board examinations, because these points are from the CBSE book. So be ready and write these things when a question comes in the board examinations about what are the general rules and etiquettes. Let us go further and see few more rules. See, rule number 6 is, we should give proper attention to the person we are communicating with. See, what happens is, sometimes we start communicating with more than one person, and while we communicate with more than one person, we may get deviated and engaged with one of the person and leave the other person with whom we were communicating. That is not a good gesture. We should give proper attention to all those persons with whom we are actually communicating in an instant messaging app or web-based version. Otherwise, what will happen is, some important point that the other person was actually saying, we may miss it out, and we may miss some important message or the whole gist of the conversation, that is the motive of the conversation. So we should always understand one thing, that in instant messaging apps or softwares, we should give equal attention to all the persons with whom we are chatting at a given time. Now, 7th point, it is very important to even properly end an I am conversation. For example, you are talking with a friend, that is, you are chatting with a friend, and instantaneously you switch off your gadget, you switch off the smartphone. Your friend is waiting for your reply, but he is not getting the reply. So he may feel it, or he may get confused what happened to you, or what happened to your gadget, or why did you stop instantaneously. So it is not a good gesture. In instant messaging software, you should properly end an instant messaging conversation. Otherwise, the other person may not have even thought that you would end the conversation, and he may still wait for your reply and waste his time. So this is the 7th important point. Now, we come to the end of this given topic, instant messaging softwares. But one more point which I should be telling you here is that in instant messaging software, we should never write in uppercase. If you write something in uppercase, it means you are shouting on the recipient. Or I should say, I would be a bit harsh, I will say you are screaming on the recipient. So always use small letters, don't use capital letters. That's all, students, from the topic instant messaging software. The next topic that we would take on is blogs, and that would be done in the next video that would be followed. So for today, I end the video here. Thank you, and be very, very concentrated on these given topics. Read it properly, as they are the most important part of this unit, and they are going to bring a lot of marks back to us. Have a very nice day. Thank you.